طيب نتجاوز عقبة الصوم إذا صفينا الصوم خلص النهار وقللنا النوم، ولا أظننا سنتجاوز ذلك. قللنا النوم وصفينا الصوم فسنحمد عاقبة اليوم، سنحمد عاقبة هذه الأيام. يعني صفينا الصيام نمشي إلى القائمين. من قام رمضان إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه كما في الحديث الصحيح صحيح البخاري وغيره. يعني من قام رمضان يعني صلى فيه بقيام الليل مخلصا لله سبحانه وجل جلاله غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه، يعني جميع الذنوب المتقدمة يخرج منها، يعني إيمانا مثلا تصديقا بما جاء واحتسابا مثلا خرج من غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه.
So he said, if we have, purified or rectified, our fast by doing, some of these things that he mentioned, and then if we, lessen our sleep, and he said he doesn't think that, we'll reach, at this level, but if we get to this point where, we fast in reality, you're fasting, and then you decrease the sleep. And then so he mentioned the hadith saying that whoever fasts Ramadan with man qama Ramadan man salla, so whoever as we said rectify his fast and you decrease the sleep, and then you spend you pray in Ramadan, you do qiyam al-layl in Ramadan imanan, with having iman, so with iman, with faith, with acknowledging to that which came, that which the Prophet brought, and seeking, that which is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, desiring that which is with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, his sins of the past, will be forgiven.
نمشي إلى الصدقات في رمضان، هو شهر الصبر، يعني صلاة وصيام وحبس للنفس عن جميع هواها وإنفاق المال، وهذا أشقها على النفس. قد يصوم الإنسان ويصلي، ولكن إذا قيل له رد يدك إلى جيبك فهذا صعب جدا، دائما صعب. إنفاق الأموال صعب جدا، ولذلك يقول الله تعالى ومن يوق شح نفسه فأولئك هم المفلحون. إنفاق الأموال ومن يوق شح نفسه فأولئك هم المفلحون.
So you said, if you have, you said rectify, one had, they rectify their fast, decrease, their sleep time, and then also, they do their tahajjud or qiyam al-layl in Ramadan, and now, we get to another thing that's very beneficial to do in Ramadan, and this is sadaqah, charity. And then, charity in Ramadan, just like every good deed, as the reward is, is multiplied. And then, charity, the sadaqah, he said, it's very difficult for people, for someone like, to put in their pocket, their hand in their pocket and just grab one and give it away. Because it's not easy to let go. When we gain things, it's very hard to let it go. So that's why in the Quran, Allah said, verily, the one who has been, protected from, the shuh, meaning from the stinginess of his, of his soul, his self, أولئك هم المفلحون. Yeah, those are the successful ones. Meaning, falah, like that word, it's a jam. It comprises so many good things in it. So just to indicate that it's a high maqam. Like to be in that, to be generous, to be letting where you let go things your wealth very easy.
قال ابن وهب إعطاء المال صعب على الأنفس، جعلت على نفسي كلما اغتبت إنسانا صمت يوما فهان علي ذلك. كلما اغتبت، وهذا من باب الحسنات، قد يكون فقط خاطر أو شيء، لأن هذا مقام الصالحين جدا. أصعب على الأنفس، أشد شيء على الأنفس. قال جعلت على نفسي كلما اغتبت إنسانا، كل ما قلت في إنسان خطر على قلبي شيء ناقص لإنسان أو أصوم يوما. وهذا من باب حسنات الأبرار سيئات المقرب، لأني أعرف أنه ما سيغتاب، لأنه يعني من أئمة المسلمين الكبار الصالحين الذين كانوا من الصالحين التابعين الكبار، من تابع التابعين الكبار. قال إنفاق المال أشد شيء على الأنفس، أصعب شيء على الأنفس. قال شربت نفسي فجعلت على نفسي كلما اغتبت إنسانا تصدقت صمت يوما فهان علي ذلك، سهل هذا الأمر. بعد ذلك جعلت على نفسي كلما اغتبت إنسانا أنفقت درهما فصعب علي وتركت ذلك.
So he said, Qadi ibn Wahab, it's one of the righteous scholars of the past. He said, tabi', meaning he tabi'i. So the second generation after the Sahaba. A tabi' is the one who met, the Sahaba, and tabi' is the one who met a person who met the companions of Prophet ﷺ. So he said, verily spending wealth is very difficult on the soul, on the person. It's very hard. And he said, I made it upon myself an agreement that whenever I backbite someone, I will fast a day. And then, he's saying that here, this man, he's not backbiting. It's just from Hasanatul Abrar, Sayyatul Muqarrabin. Like, the good deeds of the righteous are bad deeds of those who are close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's just because he's maqam, so it's just probably, something, khawat, just an impulse that, came, negative impulse that came into his heart about someone or something like that. So because he's a righteous, his righteousness has been acknowledged by the people of his generation. So he wouldn't backbite the back that's haram. That's but because his maqam is so high. So whenever I made it to myself, if I backbite someone, I will fast a day. And then I did that, and it became easy. It was easy for me, just to do that. I found myself going back again to the same mistake that I was making. And then I said, whenever I make that mistake, I will give a dirham. I will give charity like a dirham.
درهم من الفضة.
Dirham من الفضة. So a silver coin. Whenever I backbite someone, I will give a silver coin. And then afterward, I found it, difficult. So I got rid of that problem. Yeah. Because I didn't want to go always, give always.
اسمعوا درسا من تابع التابعين.
Yeah.
اسمعوا درسا من تابع التابعين.
So he said, listen, meaning, with special attention from this, story from this tabi'.
الذين ينفقون أموالهم في السراء والضراء قوم مقامهم عالي. أموالهم في السراء والضراء، هذا فوق النجوم. يقول في بلادنا جربوهم، لا تجربوهم بالصلاة والصيام، لا تجربوا الرجال بالصلاة والصيام، هذا سهل، ولكن جربوهم بالدراهم. إذا وجدنا الرجل ينفق المال بسهولة وطيب نفس فهذا هو الرجل. أما الرجل الذي إذا جاءت الأموال صار يقبض يديه كأنه عليه مشاكل، ذاك مسكين طفل.
So he said, and I from the Quran, really those that they spend their wealth in times of ease and also difficulties. Those are it's a high maqam. It's very those are like stars. And then he said in his land they have a saying is that don't test man by how much they pray and how much they fast. Meaning if you want to know to know a person really who he is, don't base it upon how much he prays or he fasts. Test him with money. Give him money and see how he deals with it. If he's gonna withhold and say, now kada kada, we know it. People, you think they're your buddies, and then something happens, and the next thing you know, it's just just from distance. Yeah.
الإنفاق مقام كبير.
So meaning if you see a person that there's wealth, they have wealth, and they give it, that's a sign he's a good person. Because it's a high maqam, to really not to give it, because wealth is the most beloved thing to people in this world. So if you see him just letting it go, it's a sign that, you know, that's one sign he's not people of this world.